Hello, hello, hello. I have about 3 minutes before I actually start, 2 minutes, but I wanted to get on live just to say hello. I am excited. I'm excited about everything that's going on with the Banks Believer Stepping Up unit. I'm excited about our Friday. Friday is National Pink Day. And me and some of my people, we are doing $1,000 a day on National Pink Day. And the way that we're promoting it is so much fun. So I'm excited. I actually mailed out pink envelopes with letters in to my about 40 customers and sending out links and texts, and they're getting ready for the big day, which is Friday. Secretly, I'd love to have a $2,000 day, right? So we're excited about everything that's going on. If you are in our group, just make sure you go to the Banks Believers Facebook group and check out what's been going on. I posted some of my texts from my customers. I actually posted the letter and everything. So if you're interested in having $1,000 day, pick a day and let's do it. Who's on with me? Hello, hello, hello. Let me go real quick to see what's happening at there we go. There we go. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so I have that it's don't know, but I have that it's 11:59, and today I have a quick lesson on how to be mentally strong. How to be mentally strong. That is what this is all about today. And I am going to start with number one. Do not fear alone time. And I gotta say, you need to be your best friend. You need to be the person that talks you up when you need someone to talk to. I do this with scripture, and I am like my own fan club. I am my number one fan. So if you don't love you, you're not comfortable in your skin, you are not used to being alone. And better than that, not only alone, but quiet, being with yourself and your own thoughts, getting to know you. Who am I? What am I all about? What is my vision? What is my mission? Not who am I, an accountant, a lawyer, a cashier, a teacher. Who am I on the planet? Like, if I did not have that job, who would I be? Who are you? So take some time to get to know yourself and become your number one fan. Number two, do not dwell on the past. The past is in our rearview mirror, right? And that's why the rearview mirror is so small. Okay, we want to look at the forward mirror, not what's in back, because that's why it's so big. That's why our focus should be ahead of us. And if we're constantly thinking about things in the past that don't make us feel so good, we need to change our focus. Hi, Catherine Guidry. So good to see you, my love. Change our focus and pivot. So when you find yourself thinking of something in the past that you regret, someone in the past that did you wrong, we need to forgive ourselves, forgive that person, and change our focus. Okay. Number three, don't feel the world owes you. The world does not owe you. Some people think just because they were good to their children, that now their children owe them, or just because that. It's not necessarily how it works. It would be nice if we had children that would do nice things for us just out of gratitude and love, or a husband or a spouse or a boss or a coworker, people that would reciprocate. But that's not always the case. They don't owe you, and God tends to bless us maybe in different ways than we gave it out. We think just because we gave it to this person, they should give it back. God will pay us back in different ways through different people, to different avenues. So don't get caught up in that one person. Who is that one person that drives you crazy? You always complain about, you always tell them about themselves. So we need to change our focus and change our attitude about that, right? If we see them differently, they might start to act differently, but the world does not owe you anything. Oh, painful, right? Number 4, do not expect immediate results from anything. In this world today, we expect microwave results. I want results immediately. That's why a lot of people fail in business. If they start a business, they don't see immediate results, they're out of there. Get rich quick. It does not work. It usually takes businesses 3 to 5 years to see real success. You know, sometimes you get married and the first off crazy thing that happens, we're out of there. You got to stick in there and you got to work with positive expectancy. You got to put in the work, whether it's with your children or your marriage or your finances or your new business venture or whatever, right? Number 5, don't worry about pleasing everyone. No matter what you do, somebody's not going to be happy. Period. End of story. You cannot live a righteous life, a good life, trying to please everyone. No matter how, I'm telling you, you can walk into a room full of strangers and somebody's not going to like you because of the way you said something. You remind them of somebody they used to know or whatever. You didn't do or, greet them like they should. It's going to be a reason. And you have to know in your heart of hearts that you are good. You've done good. You've not done anything to offend these people. And you got to keep going. And you cannot get distracted by other people's insecurities and issues with you. How they feel about you is not your business, right? Okay. Don't waste time feeling sorry for yourself is number 6. It doesn't help. Having that whiner mentality does not help. We have to have a winner mentality. And some people say, I'm a realist. And I'm going to tell you, I've never met a realist that does amazing things. Because if you're a realist, you're not walking by faith, you're walking by sight, what's real to you. And it's okay to acknowledge the things that are truly happening and real in your life. But in order to get past that, you have to govern yourself according to some things you don't see. Because if you're going to be abundantly blessed in this life, you're going to have to walk by faith, not by sight. We can't get up into the how-tos, the hows. You're here, what you want is there. And knowing that you're going to get there is the most important thing. That's faith. Knowing the how, you might not know. And realists have a problem with that, okay? So if we're walking by faith and not by sight, we're not going to know every single step of the way. We got to know that when we take that next step, it's going to be there or God's going to teach us how to fly, okay? We just got to know that and work in accordance to that. Okay. Don't waste energy on things you can't control. Number 7, one of my favorite prayers, God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Give me peace and consider it all joy. Whatever's going on nothing is happening that has gotten past him. He knows it. So we need to know that and grow, because sometimes he doesn't change the situation. He changes us. He changes our perspective. So understand that the things you can't control, give them to him and focus on the things you can, right? The courage to change the things you can. Number 8, don't let others influence your emotions. Don't let others make you mad or throw you off your game or make you look like you never knew Jesus in the first place. You don't have to attend every fight you're invited to. You don't have to respond to everything that comes across. Just be. Just let people be, right? Don't let them drive you crazy. So either you speak your piece in peace or you leave the situation, right? You leave the situation because why waste time trying to change somebody's mind about whatever in a 5 minute, you know, back and forth? Why? It's not going to happen, right? It's a layering. It's like with my children, it's like with anything. I let people know how I feel and then I leave it there. I'm not going to nag you over and over and over. You're going to know how I feel. And then I'm going to leave it to God to work that out, right? And every now and then I might mention, especially to a child or something, a grown child, how I feel about something, but I don't want to make it to where they can't come back to me or they don't feel like they can talk to me without me nagging or going rehashing what I've already told them a couple of times. So don't do that. Don't let others influence your emotions. Life is 90% of what happens to you, or 10% what happens to you, and 90% how you react to it. How are you reacting to things? My husband was talking to me the other day about a friend of his who said everywhere he goes, every time he gets a new job, the people have a problem with him. They're fighting, blah blah blah. And I'm going to tell you, he is the common denominator. My husband said he's the common denominator. Why is it everywhere you go, you have problems? Everybody in the world is not here to think bad of you and to attack you. So if you're that person and everywhere you go, there's an issue, there's a problem, it's probably you. Ask God to help you to search your heart and figure out where that's coming from. And sometimes it's your countenance. You're looking so angry. And sometimes when we're talking to people, we're coming across as angry or bothered. And when that happens, even though that's you, that's just how you talk and how you look, we got to be softer and gentler. The fruits of the Spirit, kindness, gentleness, patience, So think about that. If you're that person who's always into it, somebody's always doing something to you. Why is that? Think about that. Why is that? Okay, number 9, don't resent other people's success. If your friend is successful, yay, congratulations, awesome. I'm so excited for you, so proud of you. And if it's not genuine, why is that? Why are we not happy for other people's success? So it might take you some practice on getting good at saying that and meaning it. But if you are smiling and praying for that person and genuinely happy, that is what we need to do and be. I feel like we're blocking our blessings with all of this negativity and comparison, because if we're comparing ourselves to our friends, our Facebook people where they're sharing their highlight reels, comparison is the thief of joy. So who are you comparing yourself to? Whose life do you want? Who, every time you see them, you want that life? Just congratulate them and move on, because God has your own blessings for you. Okay. Number 10, don't shy away from responsibilities. To what much is given, to whom much is given, much is required. How is it that we want that position, but we're not willing to do that work? Have you ever found yourself saying, that's above my pay grade, or that's not in my job description? How are you going to get more if you're only willing to do a certain amount? See, most of us think we'll do the work when we get paid, but that's not how life works. You do the work and then you'll get paid, not get paid, then do the work. It doesn't happen like that. I'm telling you, this life, you have to learn how to play the game of life. Okay. And things are not as they seem. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. And soon as you figure out what you give out comes back to you, You do the work first and then you're rewarded, not vice versa. Remember, the world doesn't owe you anything. Show your value, and people will come to know your value, and you will be paid for your value in some type of way, right? Number 11, don't give up after the first failure. You fall, you think about a baby when they learn to walk. They're walking, they fall. They walk, they fall. Their legs get stronger, they get more coordinated, then they're able to run. Think of it as that. And as you fail, just get up again and again and again. When we fail, we know what not to do, right? So keep trying and hook up with mentors and figure out how to do it differently and make it happen. I believe it was Benjamin Franklin who was working on that light bulb and failed 1,000,000,000,000 times. I don't know. But he said each time he failed, it wasn't really a failure. It was a lesson in what not to do. So if you think of your failures, it's not a person, it's an event, and it is a teaching moment. Look back and see why you failed and change things up. Think about relationships. Why do you keep failing at relationships? Do you keep making the same bad choices? Are the red flags there and you're ignoring them? Are you expecting people to change? Think about the business that you've started. Are you doing what you need to do? Are you learning what you need to learn? Are you relying on other people to do and learn the things that are going to make your business successful? You have to really put some energy behind thinking about life and what's happening. We have to think about life and not just respond. We have to be proactive. Okay, number 12. Don't fear taking calculated risks. Many of you know that I've just started a nonprofit. And I want to tell you that if you had asked me 6 months ago if I would be the CEO founder of a nonprofit, I've never in my life wanted to do this. But God came to me in a prayer one night when I asked Him to help me to think outside of the box, to help me find a facility for my Mary Kay meetings, the training centers. And He said, use it for me. And the Beauty Box for Him was born. Check us out at thebeautyboxforhim.com, the number 4. And we're about knowing God, growing in His knowing and His ways, and showing people the way to God. And we're doing that through daily 7 a.m. devotionals, in person and online Bible studies, and all sorts of lectures and seminars by empowered women who are empowering women. It's amazing what's going on. And it's all out of a prayer on Super Bowl Sunday night. My life was changed on a dime. So, y'all, and let me just tell you, your age is nothing but a number. I heard it this morning. I can't think of her name, but I love the way she put it. If you think your life is over, you think you're too old. Old is not measured by your birth date, it's measured by your date of death. If you are 30 years old and you're going to die in 5 years, you're young. If you're 50 years old and you're going to live till 100, well, you're old because you only have 5 years. So if you're 30, going to die at 35, you're old because you have only 5 years left. But if you're 50 and you're going to have to 100 to live, you're pretty young, okay? And nobody knows the day or the hour that we're leaving here, right? Nobody knows. So just grab today and be grateful. And you may be sick. You may have you may have a disease, you may have financial problems, you may have problems at work, problems with your relationships, problems with your children, but consider it all joy. God does not say be joyful only if your circumstances are great. He says be joyful in everything. Look for Him and know that nothing's gotten past Him. He knew that you were going to be here going through what you're going through. And He knows the end of the story. If you will just consider it joy, take every day and live it full out with Him and focus on where you want to go and growing in the knowing of God, His ways, and showing others we have a joyful life to lead. Are you excited? So be mentally strong by taking all 12 of those and thinking of them, applying them, Applied knowledge is power, not just knowledge, applied knowledge. So I hope that you can take all of these, think about them, see where we need to make some changes, spend some time loving on yourself and being kind to you, and amazing things are going to happen. Thank you. Have a great day.